Hey, Ann and Dave, this is for you guys. Dan, you were allowed to watch too. So I just wanted to quick talk about our route home. I think you knew most of what we were going to do, but I figured I would show you and talk a little bit about it and tell you how it went. It did take us about, I would say, an hour longer than if we had come down directly on, coming down, what is that, 10 to 94 through St. Cloud, coming down 52, etc. But I think it was well worth it. So the first thing that we really liked about it is the fact that there was no heavy truck traffic on much of any of it. So once we got off of 371 here, I'm going to stand up, I guess. Once we got off of 371, we took this little short jog, what was that, 210, over to Brainerd to Garrison on 18. That was really nice. It was a very bucolic drive. There was hardly any traffic. In fact, I would say on the entire trip, we did not run into any traffic at all. There were lines of cars in front of us and behind us, but it never held us up. We just moved right along. So the nice thing is then you drove all the way around, I would say almost 3/4 of Mille Lacs, which was really, really pretty. You just got to look out over the whole lake, which is massive. I mean, it's a huge lake. And then from there, we went over to, what is that, Woodard, and then we hopped on 65 south all the way down to Cambridge. Now, this is the only spot that, 65 was a pretty well traveled road. There was traffic, but again, nothing that held us up. So then in Cambridge, we jumped on, 95, went over to North Branch, and North Branch down to Taylor's Falls. So that's both plural, both the Taylor and the Falls. So it's Taylor's Falls. Really, really pretty. It's right in the St. Croix River. And there's a little state park there where you can walk down and look at the falls. I would really suggest, if you guys have the time, to go that way and stop in Taylor's Falls and go to that state park and go down and take a walk. It's a good time to stretch your legs. And then from Taylor's Falls, you end up driving all the way down south past Bayport, I think it is, just past Stillwater. And that was nice. You're driving all the way along the St. Croix River. Stillwater's a nice place to stop. That's where Beth and I stopped and went to this little pizza place. As you can imagine, it's Sunday and it was beautiful out and it was packed with people. But it was a nice, really nice place to stop, and I recommend it. And then from there, we did come down, pick up. Coming down, we did pick up 94 for a bit, and then 94 we came down. We got off on 35, which turned into 65, and you can see where I drew in this extra road because it wasn't on this map. This is County Road O. So as you're coming down 65, you cut off on O, which connects you up with 10, and then just before Ellsworth, you cut off on 63 and you drop straight down. And that's if you ever go this way where you cut over at Red Wing, you go over to Prescott. So this is if you were to go straight instead of left towards Prescott. And then went straight across to Red Wing. And of course that was, the normal part of the drive at that point, which we've always done that. But that's coming down 61. And, if you actually look at that with fresh eyes, you realize that's probably from Red Wing to Winona, the most beautiful part of the entire drive. But the great thing is coming out of Niçoise, coming through Brainerd, around Mille Lacs, because of the roads we took, there were no heavy trucks, and it was a nice pace. I mean, we probably didn't go less than 60 that whole way, and just because it was out of the way and we stopped several times, that's why it took us so long. Highly recommended as an alternate to coming through the cities if that's what you want to avoid. So that is our route and for sticking to it.